Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to replace the taillight panel in your GMT400. Now I'm going to be doing it specifically on a 1992 Chevrolet C1500. This will work for any GMT400 platform, but it's going to be a little bit different for a, say, Tahoe or Suburban. You know, something that is enclosed on the back end. Alright, so it's going to be a little windy, so please forgive me for that. So right now we are on the driver's side here. There's going to be a screw here, and a screw here, and I swear to God, I just got hit with a raindrop, so it means it's going to be a good day, huh? So we're just going to go ahead and take these out real quick. Okay. Alright, so now we got the two screws out. It should just pull right out like so. Now we're going to have this little clip down here. You just pull up on that, and it should pull out like that. Alright, so on the back of the taillight panel we have a screw here and a screw here. So we are going to take our little baby 1/4 inch, get it on there, and then just take it off. Then it should just pull right off. Just like that. So the reason I am replacing these panels, and I'm also replacing the lights as well, is the fact that my reverse lights don't work, and I'm fairly certain I am getting power back to them, but I'm going to get you a little close-up of these and show you why these fail fairly often on these trucks. So at the base of that bulb, that's melted plastic. Now, I'm sure a little bit of that is potentially bulb grease, but it is very, it's stiff. It's like plastic. So these bulbs get fairly hot while they are working, and so the heat melts the plastic and it stops the connection. So yeah, I'm just going to replace the taillight panel and the bulbs because they are both fairly inexpensive. I got my new taillight panels from O'Reilly Auto Parts, and they were $17.99 a piece. And then for the bulbs, they were like, I want to say like $2 something a piece, like in the 2-packs. So it's not really that bad. So probably around $50, and about an hour or less of your time, you can have things running, and you know you have good new parts. But if you wanted to try and clean up your old ones, you can get in there and peel out all that melted gunk and see if the connections are still good, and if they are, then you're good to go until it inevitably happens again. Alright, so we have our old assembly and our new assembly, and already you can tell there's going to be a difference with the gasket itself. Now, I don't know whether the way they made this new one, whether if it's going to help against the heat cycles of the lights being used, whether if you're braking or just driving at night and you have them on like you're supposed to. But either way, this is going to help us a lot. This is the driver's side. I also have the passenger side over there. Now, since you're watching this video, I have a feeling you have the similar problem I do. Your reverse lights don't work, and yes, it is very fucking windy. Light bulb wise, for your brake lights, your turn signals, your marker lights, which would be these two up here, those are going to be a 3057, which would be these right here. Now for your reverse light, that's going to be a 3156, or these ones right here. So when it comes to bulb grease, it is literally just dielectric grease. You don't want it to really be on the contacts itself when it comes to the lights, because in the name dielectric grease, it literally means electric dyes, dielectric grease. You know what I mean? So you don't want to get it on the connections itself. Just kind of get it around the edge of the plastic or the sealing surface so the moisture doesn't get in. And if the moisture gets in, it's going to cause corrosion on the contacts and eventually stop working. On this style here, where you have like a thick gasket like that, you don't really need to use dielectric grease or bulb grease on them, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So in this case, just kind of pull a little bit on the plastic right there and you'll be good to go. As for these, they just click right into place. And yes, I flinched because for a second I thought the bulb broke. So yeah, these kind, they just push right in. Doesn't really matter if it's tilted this way or that way. As long as it snaps in, it should work. Go ahead and line it up. Get seated. And bam, there you go. And just like that, this is ready to be installed into our housing. Alright, so that's some bad news right there. Not only did I record it on this camera, but I also set up my phone and watched it myself, so that way I didn't have to pull the SD card, put it in the computer, and look at it that way. The reverse light flashed on and flashed off very momentarily, but not while it was fully in reverse gear. It was only when I pulled it out into the safety neutral, where you're not fully in gear and you're kind of shifting in between. That is when it popped on and it flashed. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish up on the passenger side. I'm going to do exactly what I did before. That way I know the circuit board is good and I know the lights are good.
And so I thought it was going to be that easy, but it turns out the light panel that I got for the passenger side was actually faulty out of the box. So that's nice to figure out after searching around, test probing things, and just doing all I could do. After wasting about an hour and a half, I came to that conclusion, threw the old one in, and it worked perfectly fine.
Well, either way, guys, now you guys know how to change those out, not only the bulbs, but the connector panel itself, which it's a fairly simple job, and some people just need to see it happen to fully understand how you're supposed to do it. Now, for me, that really depends on what it is. Sometimes I'll Google it, sometimes I'll just go outside, start taking stuff apart, and see what happens. There's no reason for me to film doing the other side, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.